If you're watching this, you're into watches. And if you're into watches, there is one dream we all share. Apart from finally landing our grail watch, we dream. We dream of making our own or our own brand. Well, there is a man turning that garage hobby into a reality using a background in F1 engineering. Meet Sam Dawsey, the founder, the machinist, the man making watches in his garage in Wiltshire. Sorry, did I mention he machines his cases himself? This is Upside Down Specs. Let me explain. This British macro brand based in Wiltshire, among the rolling hills, including the famous Stonehenge, manufactures its own cases in-house. They look like rugged, almost field tool watch designs is the best way I can describe it. I first came across them in World Time UK watch show in London. Among a sea of brands, there was this unique young brand standing out using construction grade aluminium to create something different. Before we go into why and how this is different, let's focus on the what. So let's focus on the watches. First, the model 135, a distinct octagonal shape machined from a single block of aluminium, is 40 millimeters in size, but because of the material, it is extremely light. You choose your engine, a Swiss Celita or a Japanese Seiko. Next is the model 136. As you can see, I've got both of them side by side here. They have the same design language but shrunk down to a more classical 36 millimeters. Looking at this, you can see the slim down of the case and the lugs. This isn't an afterthought. It's a measured and I feel a thoughtful proportion. The way the rugged nature of the material catches the light is unique. This isn't steel, this isn't titanium. Again, you're looking at on this version this sheen of brass plate on the Sullian. This gives a much warmer theme. Now the name Sullian I believe is a Welsh word which means sunborn or sunborn radiance. It's a warm tone that does give a nice variation to the watch. The crystal is a shatter resistant acrylic, and I believe you're given a small tube of a polisher or a polymer to buff out any of those scratches. I actually reached out to Sam directly for these images, so a huge thank you to him for a look behind the curtain and actually seeing both of these side by side. This takes the design in a maybe a brutalist sort of nature, a square form with angular milled edges. It's a 49 millimeter beast that looks like an industrial instrument gauge. For a more traditional looking sizing, you've got the model 405, a round field watch of 39 millimeters, a conventional shape, but it keeps that raw machined DNA. It's the one that one would gravitate to, but for me the 135 still comes to mind as a unique segue into the brand. And finally, the 525, a whimsical take on a fixed diver. There's even the 525DG, inspired by a vintage submarine depth gauge, featuring again the brass alloy dial that we spoke about before. The real story here is the material, and Sam has designed and manufactured parts for Formula One, specifically driver safety equipment for teams like Williams, Red Bull and Mercedes. He's taking this knowledge into watchmaking with a almost unique take. He's using a T6 Aluminium. This is a structural alloy found in bridges and cranes. It's heat treated for maximal strength. It's not designed to shine, it's designed to hold a load. It's anti-magnetic, anti-corrosive and weighs almost nothing. Now, another question is the names. Now, the names like 135, 210, it's not the date, it's geometry. Sam names the watches based on the internal angles of the shape. The octagon is the model for the 135, the square is a 210. It's the most wonderful, nerdy way to name a watch I have ever seen. If you're getting mathematic class flashbacks, I feel your pain. Looking at the upside, these watches vanish on the wrist. It's a unique piece of engineering that truly shows individuality. You aren't wearing a homage, you're wearing a component. the downside. The first, the batter scars. And I'm not sure whether this is truly a downside. The aluminium is softer than steel and it will scratch. And for some people, and for me, I do enjoy that. The second is the water resistant. It's, for example, the fixed diver is only rated to 10 meters. That's splash resistant only. It's a diver style engineered piece. If you want a submarine, look elsewhere. There was a time when the UK was the epicenter of world watchmaking. That era has faded, but today we are seeing a resurgence. And it isn't always coming from a boardroom or a massive marketing team. Sometimes it's just one man in a garage building his dream, one part at a time. This is Upside Down Specs. I'll see you on the next one.